Today is Wednesday, August 11th, and today was a clean and jerk focus day as per usual, starting with some power jerk doubles, lots of hang power clean triples, some pulls, and then rows and overhead walks. Today was a pretty solid day. I usually, or for the past few months, I've been training in person with Aaron, but today something sort of came up at work, and so I did train a lot later than usual. You can see the clock is like around 5, and I haven't trained around this time in a while, but training by myself, although obviously I get a lot more out of training with Aaron, it was also kind of nice just to sort of put my headphones in and not talk and just focus and work. I was able to be pretty efficient. I was in and out of the gym within like 2 hours. Yeah, pretty solid work for the power trick and for everything else I did today. I went up 10 pounds from what I hit last week, and everything felt just as good, if not better, which is a sign of progress. With these power jerks, one thing that was pointed out to me last Friday was that the width of my feet in the jerk are pretty far, or is pretty wide. And like the way Aaron described it to me, or was talking about it to me, was like, if you were to imagine, jumping as high as possible, you wouldn't have your feet out that wide. You'd probably have them just within shoulder width or something like that. And so I've been experimented today with a narrower width, like foot width, and it felt pretty good. I think getting more comfortable with it, and like it definitely feels a little bit more, or a lot more, like explosive / like I feel like I can get more out of my legs with this stance. So definitely will be worth continuing to experiment with. And there is still some sort of like hip movement as well as knee caving, but getting better. So just gotta stack the tiny wins. And then hang power cleans. Here thinking about timing, obviously. Well, not obviously, I guess, but working on timing, making sure that I'm sort of patient with the arms, and making sure I'm staying over the bar for as long as possible, and that I'm pushing through my whole foot. And what I'm noticing with these triples, these sets of 3, is that the first rep is always really solid. I sort of move in the way that I want to. The second rep is generally a little bit worse, and the third rep is the worst. And so I can tell that like just getting this amount of reps and this high amount of volume is definitely going to be good for me. But yeah, I sort of the sort of pattern with all of these triples is that the first rep I'm able to like get the timing pretty well and like push through the whole foot, and like everything just feels correct. And then the second rep is a little bit more sort of like hip throwy, and then the third one is like the worst, and I'm pulling with my arms a lot. Those first 2 reps, the degree to which the quality of the reps dropped was pretty stark, and so you could see I looked kind of disappointed after, or by the end of those 2 sets. But as long as I'm, setting the precedent and doing the first rep right, I think, that's, what we're, well, I don't want to say that's what we're aiming for, but it's like good enough, I guess. But yeah, just gotta keep working to try to make the set consistent from rep to rep. But yeah, obviously this weight isn't super heavy, so I can sort of manage with this amount of volume. But and then for this last set, this guy to the right of me, currently to the right of me, asked me to move my camera because he was like snatching, and like he was like walking all over the platform because he wasn't able to balance it, which is fine. Like I wasn't too bothered by it or anything, but that's whatever. And then I moved on to pulls, clean pull plus 2 floating clean pulls. it's a lot easier when I start from the top and make my way down to the bottom to be in the right position. Like, so basically what I'm trying to say is, like, the floating clean pulls, it's a lot easier for me to get the positioning and the timing right versus starting from the ground. And so I'm sort of paying extra attention to the clean pull off of the ground and making sure that, like, I'm in the right position and that I'm nailing the timing. Because it is easier with the floating clean pull. So I don't have to think as much, basically. But got some pretty good reps here. I feel like my timing overall was pretty solid, and yeah, I was getting a lot of height on this weight. So I mean, I don't normally have any issues cleaning this weight at all, but when I'm doing pulls with 3 reps, it can get pretty tiring. But yeah, quality of movement was pretty solid through all these reps and all these sets. Yeah, pretty solid. Yeah, was pretty happy with those. Yeah, that was pretty much it for the clean and jerk work, and then just did some rows and then dumbbell overhead walks. But yeah, today was a pretty solid day. Yeah, solid day. Still working with lighter weights, obviously, so like really just trying to focus on quality of movement here and getting that consistent. So yeah, that's about it. Solid day.